Today I am assembling a Harbor Freight trailer, and as you can see, the frame of it has been done. It's relatively straightforward for the frame, where you basically just put on all the bolts per the instruction. And for the wall and the floor, that's the part where people diverge on their opinions. And for me, I would put on those 4 foot tall of those 2x4s to be the bone of the trailer, and then later on I will put on panels to bolt on to the 2x4. But before we do the walls, I do need to run the electrical wires first. We got some wires here, and this is left side, and then we'll do the right side later. Okay, there goes the left side. You can see here, hit the light, and we got the wire coming out from here and zip tied at the frame here all the way to the middle and then to the front. This is the interesting part. I have a side marker here. I connected this wire, and I got the wires coming from here and spliced in the middle to this marker light, and then goes along with this frame and all the way to the front. First thing first, around those wire loops. This one is for the right side turning light, and this one is supposed to be the marker light. I need to leave this one alone, but splice the ground wire and this marker light wire. Use this Wago connector to connect those. It's very easy to connect, and then also it's removable. In the future, if this light do go out, I can replace that very easily. Same thing with the ground wire. I will twist them together just like a wire nut, and then put in there. Make sure do not have wire fries spreading out. And just like that. Give it a pull test. It's very good. This side is very easy. Just stuff that in. Okay, done. Let me put on this wire loop. This is a relatively more complex part of the wire, but it's really nothing to it. It's just trying to cover the wire as much as I can. Otherwise, just put on this wire loom and extend it all the way to the end. Well, the wires are done. You can see I have the wires going from the top along the frame and to the rear of the left side marker light and brake light. And on the right side, same thing, goes along the frame, zip tie along the way, and then connect to the marker light first and go into the back here. I use a Wago wire connector because it's easy to remove. And then now is the interesting part. I'm putting on the subfloor. You can see those notch outs on the plywood. That's because we will have bolts sticking out of the frame. And here I have to notch out a little bit so that it will be somewhat flat. This thing is super heavy. Must be 50 pounds for just a 4x4. I also had a little bit notch out here using a circular saw to avoid this bolt, the hinge bolt. Minor adjusted. You can see here, got a bolt, and it's not very flat, is it? You see what's going on. Maybe this. Yeah, this side
The bolt also sits in this groove. Let's see the other side. Maybe it's just the plywood itself wasn't very flat. Yeah, it also sits in this groove. Okay, it's good on all the corners. I guess this plywood itself is just not flat. A little bit bold. But no problem, once I put down the bolts, it should be secured. Yeah, 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch actually. Two, yep. Would it be easier if I just mark it on the back side and then flip it to drill? I think it'll be easier. Let's do that actually. Okay, there you have it. All the holes should be marked. Now I just need to flip it and drill the holes. Okay, this is also super cool. I should use a smaller drill bit as a pilot hole so it doesn't destroy the finish on the other side. Now, the bolts are roughly in there. Not really that well aligned, but it's at least in there. Next step is to use the router bit to trim off a little bit on the top of this plywood. So just like these bolts, it will sit somewhat flat on there. And the size of the notch will need to be big as this washer. Will need to be a little bit wider. And the depths need to be depths of this bolt head. So this is not enough, a little bit more than this. Let me lower it down. It should be enough. Also need a mask because those dusts from the treated plywood, I heard, is actually toxic. Alright, so this side is done. I had 2 bolts on the left and right, and then 3 bolts on the front and back. That's half of the trailer. It took longer than I thought. To recap, it's just mark it on the back side here using a pencil, and then drill from the back side to the top, and then use the router bit to flatten out this part with the washer, so it won't be sticking out. And then I just drive it in using the impact driver there. Well, here I am drilling the sidewalls. I will have 1/4 inch bolts going through the stud, and on the other side it will bolt down walls that over there. I'm drilling holes every 10 inches from the top. Try to drill it in the middle. And this is the pilot hole, just it's smaller than 1/4 inch actually. And later on I will use 1/4 inch drill bit to go through it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, those dust goes on like this. Here is pin. I have a hole on here, stuffs in like that, and I use the pin to secure it. On the back I have this clip to secure the pin, and there you go, it's on there. Well, here it is. After several hours fighting with it. I have a subfloor and all bolted down front and back. The bolts are recessed and notched out at the corners and also notched out at those bolt heads. The next thing, what time is it? It's sidewall time, yay! Gonna put on those 4-foot tall sidewalls. I already drilled the holes on the studs. Now what I need to do is just drill the hole on the panel itself and then use 1/4-inch bolts to go through all the way. Well, it somewhat looks like a box trailer now. I got this wall secured up. That wall is just loosely on the way. Next thing is just to secure the back wall, and then I'll secure the side wall, this side wall first. And finally I'll close it on this side. Okay, I have here my lovely helper help me bolt down those bolts because the side wall is just too high. I cannot reach it on both sides. Now all the walls has been secured to the studs. Next thing and the final thing to do is put on this, I forgot what this is called, but it's to secure those both sides together. It goes on like that. Now I will need to measure the height where I want it to be on. Maybe a little bit on the top side, but not all the way top. 12-inch away from top. Mark these holes to be drilled. This is the last part to securing the sidewalls. I'm just gonna have it put like this. This side will be facing from down to up, and this side will be facing from up to down, this latch here. And same thing on that side, that has to face from the top to the bottom, otherwise I can't just lift it up because the other side will catch. And the design is the back door will be lifted up first, and then it will be the front side wall, and then it will be on left and right. So there we go. It is doable. I just need to lift it all the way up to the top and then put it down a little. So what I do need to do is use the angle grinder to grind a little bit on the bottom. This side is too tight. It's not going in very easy. The tolerance of this is just not very good. So you can see those plywood has bolt here, and then probably push this stud a little bit up so the pin is not going in. I have a few choices, either to enlarge the hole a little bit or to adjust those panels. I think as you can see, I am just enlarging the hole. It's still not the easiest, but it does go in now. This side is super loose. Okay, voila, it's done. We got the side walls secure, the stock secure, and it has the pin going through in the bottom. And between the walls, I have these latches securing each other. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, it's a lightweight trailer, so don't expect it to heavy duty just. Yeah, but overall, I think it can go down the highway. And in the back, this wall probably will be moving quite frequently. Okay, what I do is remove the paint here and lift it up. Wow! Like that. 4 foot tall the wall, and 8 foot long in the length, and 4 foot in the width. Yeah, I'll call that a success. Thank you for watching.